What's going on, beautiful people? D-Lo Brands back for another video, and we have some huge breaking news in the coding, vibe coding, AI space, and this comes directly from Google. So they have just released Google Gemini CLI, which is their open source AI agent that has a massive context window. It's powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, and it is literally free to use. So all you have to do is install this on your terminal, on your actual computer, or whatever IDE you're using to build your products, and put it into the terminal. And so we're going to take a look at that and how you can actually get started with this. But first, we're going to explore a little bit of information about it. So right here, we have their page. This was released today, literally today. And it's very, very interesting. So Gemini CLI is literally an open source agent powered by Gemini 2.5. And this is very, very good because Gemini 2.5 has been known to be one of the best coding agents. And with it going open source like this, it not only allows more people to use it, but you can do more, you can experiment with more, you can build more. And I think that this is just a great thing for them to release, especially at this time. So daily, we have 1,000 requests per day, and this will be within the context window. So when you actually install the CLI inside of your IDE or inside of your terminal, then you will have like this 100% context percentage. And then as you use it, it'll go down. So this is very, very cool, but you can also add your own API so that you can do way more. You know, let's say every single task you're doing is using 1 million contexts, you will want to use your API. But of course, you can use this alongside MCPs to get things done, to search the web, and it already has those capabilities. So this is basically taking Gemini.com, it's taking Gemini.com, actually, that's code assist, but Gemini.com, and it's placing it inside of your terminal virtually for free. But you do have to log in. So it may, if you have an account or a subscription, but it's accessible, and all you have to do is go to their GitHub. This is the GitHub, and if you scroll down, you'll see an example. Write a short paragraph of why Gemini CLI is awesome. I will start by searching the web for Gemini CLI. So it already has a lot of tools inside of it, but can be made more powerful with MCPs. And so you see right here, it can use tools and MCPs to connect new capabilities, including media generation. And I think this comes automatically with it. We're going to explore it and see. But other than that, use this documentation, and all you're going to do is copy one of these. So I just copied this, and all it's going to do is copy the GitHub. All right, so first we're going to do the setup inside of the terminal. And one thing that I did find out about the login, whenever you're using Workspace, there's some extra permissions that need to be done. So make sure that either you have those permissions, done, or you know how to do them. I've gotten a little bit confused, so I'm just going to be using one of my other accounts. And so I'm already logged in, and basically all you're going to have to do is log in with Google or your API key, and then you're going to get to this screen. And so basically what I'm looking at this as is a way for you to use Gemini locally and privately, kind of for free as well. So we're going to do Control O really quick just to see okay, I'm gonna just do that. Okay, so let's just try out, something. I don't even know. What's the weather today in Atlanta? So, let me think. You can see the number of seconds it takes. Google search, weather today in Atlanta. And the weather today is mostly cloudy. Okay, cool. So now we know that it works. And we just had a demo of the actual tool, one of the tools that it uses, which is Google search. So let's see if it can create an image for us. Create an image of a sloth sitting under an umbrella at the beach. And this may be something that we need to add in. So we may have to do that in the Gemini.md files containing all of the MCPs and all of that, but let's just see if it can. condensing the data, exploring image generation. I'm sorry, I cannot fulfill this request. I do not have the ability to create images. So I want to figure out how we can do that, but I'm going to do that in another video. So what you could do here is basically open projects. So let's say I have a GitHub project and I wanted to work inside of that project. I would basically get my GitHub link and I would import it in there. And so we're just going to use this example that they have. I'm going to change out this one. So we're going to get our GitHub URL and we are going to paste it inside of here. Then, oops. So I actually have, in terminal, you have to use the arrow keys. So we're going to get this out. Wow. So boom, we have our GitHub repository and it's going to say Gemini CLI. Gemini, give me a summary. Okay, let's just see what it does. So evaluating available functions, tracking Git activity, shell since yesterday until today. And it's going to give me in that format. Yes, allow once. And so looks like there were no changes committed yesterday, which is not true. We did a lot of changes yesterday, actually. So that's a little bit concerning why I couldn't find that. Tell me about tell me about the most recent change. And I think this is fascinating because this is directly in my terminal, so allow once. The most recent change was the first commit made 4 days ago. So that's not true. We can see something here 11 hours ago. So we definitely have a ton of commits that we could have went through 10 hours, 11 hours. So I'm not sure why it's not getting that, but that's kind of crazy. But let's see what else it can do. So I am going to basically import an image. So I'm going to go to desktop 43. Let's do Chuck Party Flyer. And so it's going to be pointing at that file. And I'm going to say, tell me about this image. So successfully read. And this is a birthday party flyer for someone named Chuck. The party. Okay, cool. So this is basically its image recognition capabilities. So, let's do another example. So I'm going to direct it to an image to basically create a caption for it. And what is this image called? TVA. So we have to go all the way to the down. Can I scroll? No, I can't scroll. Okay, so we're going to input this ad I created for my company yesterday. And I'm going to say create a detailed LinkedIn caption for this post. And so what it should do is look at the image, what it has on it, and then conjure based on the Gemini knowledge. It's going to say, hey, LinkedIn, a longer context. So let's do a longer post. Structuring caption components. And I really love that you can, see the amount of seconds. That's kind of standard on models at this point. So bam, of course, here's a detailed LinkedIn caption for your post. So this is very cool because now without internet, if you're already logged in, you can utilize Gemini. You can literally be on the plane flying and open up Gemini on your computer basically for free. Because guess what? If you're using the Gemini API and you are on the free plan, you're not being charged for it. If you are just logging in with your free Google account, you're not paying for this. So this is very, 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 very powerful. And I believe that in our next video, when we go over MCPs, we're really going to see the power that it has without having to download an extra application, without having to go to this IDE or this chatbot. You can just go to your terminal on your computer locally, let it look at and use your files and attach some tools to it. So basically, you're going to be supercharging your computer. That is the future of this stuff. So now that we have explored and checked out Gemini CLI. Let me know what you find to be interesting about it. I think that is a very cool thing. Number one, it's private. Number two, you can access it from literally anywhere. So this is really going to up the usability and variety of users using these kind of open source AI agents. So I think it's very cool. But if you did learn something in this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to join our live stream on the 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which we'll be going over everything that you need to know to be able to use AI for your business. I've been a business owner for over a decade, so take it from me. But this has been D-Lo Brands, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.